Nicolas Fouquet, the man whispered to be more powerful than the king himself. As Louis XIV's finance minister, he held the strings of France's purse. Money flowed through his hands like the Seine River. His was a world of luxury, a gilded cage of power. But behind the opulence, a storm brewed. Fouquet was a man of contradictions. A master of finance, he could conjure fortunes from thin air. Yet his own desires were his undoing. He craved the finer things in life: art, poetry, the company of beautiful women. Little did he know, his lavish lifestyle would be his downfall. Fouquet's heart beat not just for politics, but for pleasure. He was a patron of the arts, a writer of verse, a collector of beauty. His world was one of lavish parties and intellectual salons. He surrounded himself with the greatest minds and most talented artists of the age. His position as finance minister gave him access to unimaginable wealth. This he used to indulge his passions. He built magnificent chateaux, commissioned breathtaking works of art, and threw parties that became the stuff of legend. But his extravagance would soon attract unwanted attention. The Sun King, Louis XIV, was not a man to be outshone. Fouquet decided to build a palace, a testament to his wealth and taste. Vaux-le-Vicomte, he called it. A masterpiece of architecture and landscaping, it would surpass even the royal residences in grandeur. He hired the best. The architect Louis Levaux, the painter Charles Lebrun, the landscape designer André Lenotre. Together, they created a marvel. Gardens stretched as far as the eye could see, fountains danced in the sunlight, and the chateau itself was a vision of white stone and shimmering gold. This would be the stage for Fouquet's most audacious act, a party to end all parties, a celebration of his own brilliance. August 17th, 1661. The day arrived. Guests, a who's who of French society, flocked to Vaux-le-Vicomte. They were greeted by a sight that beggared belief. The gardens were illuminated, the fountains flowed with wine, and music filled the air. The dinner was a culinary symphony, course after course of delicacies, each more extravagant than the last. The night continued with a promenade through the gardens, a theatrical performance by Molière himself, and finally, a fireworks display that lit up the night sky. It was a spectacle never seen before, a testament to one man's ambition and exquisite taste. But even as the fireworks lit up the sky, a shadow fell over Fouquet's triumph. The guest of honor, Louis XIV, was conspicuously absent, in his place a simmering resentment. The king had arrived earlier, unannounced. He had seen the opulence, the extravagance, the sheer audacity of it all. The king, it seemed, was not amused. The splendor of Vaux-le-Vicomte, instead of flattering him, had wounded his pride. It was a display that surpassed even his own palaces. A dangerous seed of jealousy was sown that night, a seed that would soon blossom into a vengeful rage. The whispers started subtly. Jealous courtiers, sensing the king's displeasure, began to spread rumors. Fouquet's wealth, they insinuated, was ill-gotten. His loyalty to the crown, questionable. The king, already wary of Fouquet's ambition, listened intently. The grandeur of Vaux-le-Vicomte, once a source of awe, now appeared as a threat, a symbol of Fouquet's ambition and a challenge to the king's authority. Louis XIV, the self-proclaimed Sun King, would not tolerate such a rival in his court. The king needed no further convincing. Accusations of embezzlement and treason were leveled against Fouquet. Whether these charges held any truth is debatable. The king, blinded by jealousy and suspicion, saw only a threat to be eliminated. 3 weeks after the Grande Fête at Vaux-le-Vicomte, Fouquet was arrested. The arrest, dramatic and swift, sent shockwaves through the court. The man who had danced with kings, who had held the fate of France in his hands, was now a prisoner in his own kingdom. The trial was a farce. Evidence was fabricated, witnesses coerced. Fouquet, once a master of words, found himself silenced. The sentence was predetermined. He was found guilty on all charges, stripped of his titles, and condemned to life imprisonment. His final destination, the fortress of Pignerol, a place of utter isolation. There, he would spend the rest of his days, his world reduced to the four walls of his cell. Some say he was even forced to wear an iron mask, his very identity erased. Nicolas Fouquet, the man who loved too much, who dreamed too big, vanished from public memory. His name, once whispered in reverence, was now spoken in hushed tones. But his legacy remains. Vaux le Vicomte, the palace that sealed his fate, stands as a testament to his exquisite taste and grand ambition. His story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the dazzling court of the Sun King, even amidst the beauty and grandeur, fate could turn on a dime, and that sometimes the price of ambition is everything.